Hi friends, today we're going to be reading Mowgli's great story from the Jungle Book. As the moon rose in the sky, Aklina finished his nightly story. Mowgli and his wolf brothers burst into applause. Aklina was the pack's best storyteller. He wove tales of humor and suspense that kept Mowgli and the cubs hanging on to his every word. "Please, Aklia," Mowgli begged. "Won't you tell us one more?" Aklina smiled kindly at the pack. "Not tonight," he replied. "It's past your bedtimes." Sighing, Mowgli and the rest of the cubs scampered off to bed, chattering about the story Aklina just told. The next day, Bangri brought exciting news to the wolf pack. "In 3 sunsets there will be a jungle story contest," he announced. "What's that?" asked Mowgli, excited. "It's a chance for the jungle animals to gather and share their best stories," Bangri explained. "You have to enter, Aklina," said Mowgli's older wolf brother, Pashu. Aklina shook his head and smiled. "Not this time, young ones," he said. It's about time you all learned how to tell stories of your own." Soon word of the contest spread through the jungle. Everywhere Mowgli looked, he saw animals practicing their tales. Mowgli wanted to share a great story. He wanted to be funny, scary, mysterious, and full of adventure and bravery. But the more Mowgli thought about it, the sadder he became. He couldn't seem to come up with a story to tell. Bang here could see that Mowgli was struggling. "Let's go for a walk," he said. "Perhaps you'll find your story in the jungle." "How am I going to find my story out here?" Mowgli asked, confused. "Many of the best stories come from your own life," Bang here explained. "Look around you for ideas." As the friends walked through the jungle, Mowgli paid close attention to everything that passed. He heard a woodpecker tapping on a tree. He could tell a story about a bird with a big beak. But then what? He saw a turtle paddling through the small river and wondered if he could tell a tale about a brave turtle. But what would happen next? "Banger, I still can't think of anything," Mowgli said. "Like a tree waiting to blossom, you must have patience," said Bernhard calmly. Mowgli groaned and kicked his foot in the dirt. He wondered if he would ever come up with an idea. All the day of the contest, everyone was excited about their stories. "I'm going to get really quiet at the scary parts and use my spooky voice so everyone gets shivers," the wolf cub Gray said. "Just wait until you hear my ending," Pashu said excitedly. Mowgli sat there quietly. He still hadn't come up with a story. As the sun began to set in the sky, the jungle animals gathered together to share their tales. Bangir began the contest with the fable about patience. Mowgli could tell that the story was directed at him, but hearing it didn't make him feel any better about not having his own story to share. When Bangir finished the tale, he invited the smallest wolf on stage. Gray did an excellent job of telling his story. His spooky voice worked well, and everyone jumped at the right parts. Next, the monkey shared a silly story about a banana and a prickly pear. The animals laughed until their bellies ached. Pashu shared his story next. As he had predicted, everyone was completely surprised by the ending. As the animals continued to share their tales, Monkey grew more and more nervous. What story was he going to tell? Suddenly, Mowgli heard a strange noise coming from deep in the jungle. Maybe that will lead me to a story, he thought. Looking around to make sure no one was watching, he quietly slipped away to investigate the sound. Back at the storytelling contest, a long green snake dropped down from his hiding place high in the tree. It was Kaa, the python. I too have a story to share, Kaa hissed. Now wait just a minute, Barnger said, moving toward the snake. Before Barnger could take another step, Kaa's eyes grew wide, hypnotizing the panther. One by one, everyone fell silent as they stared at the python. Meanwhile, as Bogey headed further into the jungle, he heard the sound again. It was coming from beneath a rock. What could it be under? Mowgli wondered, imagining a surprise ending to his story, but when he lifted the rock, he found a bug. The sound had been nothing but a trapped clicking beetle. Another boring story, Mowgli thought, with a heavy sigh. He scooted the bug along with his finger and set the rock back down. As he headed towards the contest, Mowgli tried to think of a way to change the story. Maybe instead of a beetle, it's a fierce tiger, he thought. He tried to work the tale out in his mind, but he couldn't quite get it right. Suddenly, Mowgli realized that the jungle had grown oddly quiet. Pushing his way through the bush, he saw that everyone at the contest was sitting completely still. Mowgli looked towards the stage. Kaa was hanging from the tree. He had all the jungle animals hypnotized. Mowgli knew he had to act fast. He quickly snuck up the tree and twisted a vine around Kaa's coils. He jumped down, rustled the leaves in his hand as he landed. Who was that? Kaa yelled, whipping his head around as he tried to move. The vine tugged him in the opposite direction and snapped him back. His head smacked right into the tree. My sinus, he yelped. Mowgli ran around, clapping his hands together loudly to wake the other animals. What's going on? Bagheera asked Mowgli sleeplessly. Kaa, said Mowgli, pointing to the tree. Kaa, Bagheera's voice boomed. Kaa hissed. It was just leaving. Kaa tried to slither away, but he was still tangled in the vine. With one last tug, his coil snapped free. He got twisted up like a pretzel. As Kaa slowly swam back to the jungle brush, Mowgli chuckled to himself. At last, he had found a story. Mowgli stepped up onto the stage and took a deep breath. Once there was a man cub, he began. Mowgli's story was everything he wanted it to be: funny, scary, mysterious, and full of adventure and bravery. And that was just what he needed to win the contest. Tomorrow we'll be reading Mickey's Camp Out from Mickey and Friends. I hope you enjoyed hearing about Mowgli's story and his wolf cub friends. Have a nice day. Bye.